Happy Tuesday, everyone. This is Dr. Stephanie, your double board certified critical care physician, and I work with physicians who are struggling with their jobs, burnt out with their careers, or who just want some career advice. Through my books, webinars, coaching, and speaking, I help physicians discover alternative jobs and careers in medicine so that they can practice medicine on their own terms. And welcome to this Tuesday's edition of Let's Talk Tuesday, sponsored by Floyd Locums. And tonight we are going to talk about optimizing your relationship with your locums recruiter. But before we get started, I have a request. If you are watching me live, drop a comment in the comment section to say hi. If you are watching me on replay, type replay. If you like a comment, hit the like button. If you love a comment, hit the love button. And please feel free to tag away as many people as you think can benefit from this, and please feel free to share this broadcast. So like I said, Let's Talk Tuesday, sponsored by Floyd Locums, and we are talking about how to optimize your relationship with your locums recruiter. So I hope everybody is having a good Tuesday evening. I am home in Houston and it is cold, so I broke out my Floyd Locum swag. See, I like that. This fleece jacket is absolutely amazing, and so I was like, it's 40-ish degrees in Houston, so I'm breaking out my Floyd Locums fleece jacket because it's actually cold in my house. And I know some of you guys who are in the northern states are like, 40 degrees, that's nothing, but in Houston, it's cold. So give us Southerners a break. But anywho, like I said, we're going to talk about how you as a locums physician can optimize your relationship with your locums recruiter. Now, I've been doing locums for over 10 years, and I talk to a lot of physicians who are interested in locums or who are doing locums, and I absolutely all the time hear horror stories about a lot of locums recruiters. Just today, one of my Facebook friends commented that a locums recruiter who she wasn't even working with called her on her job. I've had that happen as well also, and I've dealt with some unscrupulous recruiters, some recruiters who call it inopportune times, who seem to be kind of rude, kind of pushy. And so some of us have kind of resigned ourselves to looking at dealing with recruiters as a necessary evil. But I'm telling you that it doesn't have to be like this, because the reality of the situation is working with a locums recruiter is the quickest and most effective way for you to get a locums assignment. So therefore, you're going to have to figure out a way in which you can optimize your relationship with your locums recruiter. So we're going to spend a couple of minutes to talk about that. So the first thing you can do, and this is the most important thing you can do, is to set boundaries. So you need to set boundaries with your recruiters. And first of all, you need to determine how you are going to communicate with your locums recruiters, or these recruiters, the people who randomly call you. Are you going to take their phone calls? So are you going to be somebody that you communicate with the recruiters via phone call? Or do you just prefer to have all of your communications via email? And if so, which email account do you want all of your correspondence to come to? Or are you going to be somebody that is a text messenger, a text person who prefers to communicate via text, or all of the above? But whatever your preferred method of communication is, let your recruiters know, because they will come at you at any way they can. If they can't get you on the phone, if they can't get you via email, they will start texting you. And then a lot of people have started reaching out on LinkedIn, and some recruiters will slide right on into your DM on Facebook Messenger to try to get to you. So you have to figure out which method of communication you want those recruiters to message you, to contact you by. And then the thing is, you also have to set boundaries in terms of when you want to talk to them. So times of day, days of the week. I work kind of like a 7 on, 7 off schedule. So for those of you who do shift work and work in a block schedule, you might need to decide which days of the week you want to talk to them, or just whatever. But whatever you decide to do, just kind of let the recruiters that you're going to be working with, or who want to work with you, know your preferences, so that they don't reach out to you in a way that you do not prefer. So the second thing, and this is the most important shift that I've had to make in the last 6 or 7 months, is to change the way I view the recruiters that I work with. So, like I said earlier, a lot of times we locums physicians seem to think as recruiters as a necessary evil. But in all honesty, they are your entrance into the locums world. They have the key, so to speak, in terms of the assignments. When a new assignment pops up, it's going to be the locums company that gets it first. And your locums recruiters are going to be the ones that are posting this assignment and reaching out to you. So you have to work with them. So what I did is, instead of looking at my locums recruiters as people to be dealt with, I started looking at them as people who are members of my team, because my job is to work. And like I always say, your second job as a locums a doctor is to find your next job as a locums doctor. The easiest way to do that is to have a team of people who are trying to find you work. And that's exactly what locums recruiters do. Their job is to find you a job. And so they need you to work so that they can get paid. So it's actually a win-win situation. So when you flip your mindset and you start viewing your locums recruiters that you work with as a team of people who has it in their best interest to find you assignments, that really changes your interaction with them and really changes the way you prioritize your interactions with your recruiters. So, like I said, stop looking at them as people to be dealt with and start looking at them as people who are team members who are going to find you work. And so, just to recap, the first thing you should do in order to optimize your relationship with locums recruiters is to set boundaries. The second thing you can do is to change the way you view them. Start looking at them as members of the team. And thirdly, the third thing you can do, and this is what has really helped me over the last 2 months, is to reach out to your recruiters. Reach out to your recruiters on a regular basis, because if any amount of time has gone by and you have not heard from a particular locums recruiter, pick up the phone and call them, email them, ask them what's going on, ask if there's any new assignments that have come up. Now, all of you who have been following me know that back in November, November, one of my assignments got canceled at the last minute, and that was 3 weeks worth of work just gone like that. And so in order for me to kind of make up those lost assignments and try to recoup some of that lost revenue, I had to be very aggressive in reaching out to my network of locums recruiters. So I just started cold calling a lot of people that I had worked with in the past and just said, hey, this is what's going on. Do you have anything that's available? And lo and behold, I was able to get some assignments at the very last minute to kind of offset the loss of income that I had experienced. So that's why it's very important to look at your locums recruiters as team members, as members of your sales team, so to speak, because you have a product, you are your product, you are trying to get other facilities, organizations to buy your service. And your locums recruiters are essentially your sales team. They're the people who are going to go represent you to these organizations. So they are your team members. So you have to reach out to them when there's been a change in, your situation. So just to recap, like I said, ways to optimize your relationship with your locums recruiters: set boundaries, change the way you view them, start looking at them as team members, and reach out to them. Now, for those of you who are interested in doing locums, those of you who are already doing locums, I can guarantee that some of the best recruiters in the business are those at Floyd Lee Locums. They are experts in the locums industry, and they thrive themselves on providing top-notch service to their physician. So I highly encourage you to contact the locums experts at Floyd Lee Locums at floydleelocums.com. It is not too late to try to pick up some extra shifts for the holidays, nor is it too early to start planning your locum strategy for 2020. So reach out to the locums expert at floydleelocums.com. This is Dr. Stephanie. Thank you so much. Hey, Dr. Latasha, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. We were just talking about optimizing your relationship with your locums recruiters. And just a quick recap: set boundaries, decide how you want to be contacted by them, start viewing your locums recruiters as members of your team, because they're going to be the ones to find you work, and then reach out to them so that you can be proactive in finding your next assignment. And most importantly, reach out to the locums experts at floydleelocums.com. This is Dr. Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me for this Tuesday's edition of Let's Talk Tuesday, and we will talk soon. Thank you so much and have a great Tuesday.